In addition to the January 6th hearings on Tuesday of this week, which of course were exceptionally explosive, we also had another little legal thing happen on Tuesday that a lot of people didn't notice, of course, because of the hearings. But that legal thing was a judge smacking down Fox News once again, telling them that you cannot escape this defamation lawsuit brought against you by Dominion Voting Systems. This is now the second time that this particular case has been denied a motion to dismiss. But this judge went a little further than the last one, because this judge, based on evidence presented to him by Dominion Voting Systems, said that he thinks it goes all the way to the top of Fox News. It's not just these on-air personalities, and the guests they brought on that were spreading these lies. It's the fact that the Murdoch family likely allowed it to happen. So here is the evidence that Dominion Voting Systems put forward that made the judge realize, I can't grant this motion to dismiss because, according to the evidence, Rupert Murdoch actually called Donald Trump several days after the election and told him he lost. And according to other witnesses, Murdoch also talked to other Republicans and said, y'all need to drop this bogus talking point about Dominion Voting Systems, specifically about Dominion Voting Systems. And then, on Rupert Murdoch's outlet Fox News, they still allowed those election lies to go on the air when their own owner knew that it was false. Now, don't worry about Fox News, folks. This isn't going to hurt the Murdoch family. Right? They're not directly implicated in any kind of criminal scheme here. We're just talking about simple defamation. But here's the thing about defamation lawsuits against a major media outlet like Fox News. That threshold that you have to clear in order to prove it is exceptionally high. You have to prove that they knew what they were saying was not true, but they said it anyway in spite of knowing it was false. So this evidence from Dominion showing that the guy that owns the friggin' network, Rupert Murdoch, knew these talking points were false, encouraged people to stop using them, but the network did it anyway. I hesitate to ever say that a case is a slam dunk, because no case is a slam dunk no matter what. But this is at least a pretty easy layup, right? I would think. The fact that Fox News continuously gets shot down by these judges while trying to dismiss this is a very positive development. The fact that Dominion has all of this evidence, including, these Rupert Murdoch phone calls, or at least evidence of the phone calls. They don't have the phone calls themselves, at least that I know of. Showing that he knew, the owner of the network knew. The network still aired the lies anyway. That's going to make it very hard for Fox News to defend. Because it's very hard to argue that the owner of the network, even though he's not the president, his son Lachlan Murdoch is. But of course, still Murdoch. So, you're pretty much going to have a hard time separating the two there. It's going to be hard to argue that the head of the network didn't bother to look down at the, chain of command and say, hey, stop saying these things. Because he was telling other people to stop saying these things. Dominion has a solid case on their hands. Fox News has a solid problem on their hands. And one of the best things about this, in my opinion, is the fact that Fox News has managed to wiggle their way out of all kinds of defamation, slander, libel lawsuits for years and years and years. And finally, they've come up against one that no matter how hard they try, they can't get out of this time. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel. We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.